Hi everyone, this is Project Group 1 for our survey project Part F for our BAS 3020 Section 907 for Miss Watson class. I'm Cody Martin, and with me in my group I have Justin and Carmela.
Today's purpose for this slide is going to be going over the attitudes towards the pay of college athletes. With the changing of times right now and laws being passed for college athletes to be paid, we were wondering if they really should be or if they're getting enough from their scholarships. Today, college football is one of the biggest sports in the United States, generating millions of dollars every year. There's broadcasting fees, bowls, everything like that. And with athletes, they're not guaranteed to be paid even though their names and likeness and their image is used. At the end of this slide, we have a bunch of references we used for our project to go through and kind of give an idea on what we were thinking when we decided that we think college athletes should not be paid. But one of the good points is that athletes on these teams make millions of dollars for the school. They are the players that are playing the game. They're the ones that are being watched. They're the ones that are considered amateur, and they're the ones that are on the sidelines and getting hit and making the scoring points and dunking, hitting home runs. But that doesn't mean that it's fair. Their likeness are used for every poster. Their images are on every billboard. If you go around a campus, even at a school like University of North Texas, there are plenty of posters of football and basketball players and volleyball players all around. Well, the bills that have passed recently allow a lot of financial fairness to a system that's previously unbalanced and compares college athletes deserving the right to be paid to play to a musician in college who has the right to be paid for their talents. They're saying basically that athletes should be paid because they're the ones that are getting the hits, that are making the tackles, that are scoring the points, are dunking the ball, are hitting the volleyball, and things like that. If they're going to be paid according to the revenue, that you could have a five-star player be paid up to close to $1 million just for being that player.
On the other hand, college athletics in its amateur form has existed all this time for a reason. A quote from our sources says that paying college athletes is the worst of ideas, and for college sports to survive, they need the integrity of amateurism, fan confidence in the ideas of sportsmanship, and the spirit of self-respect evoked by the phrase, the old college try. Paying college athletes can be seen as a direct threat to these fundamentals. Another quote from our sources says that tuition coverage is a reason that college athletes do not deserve extra pay, along with the extravagant resources and facilities available to them. These resources are things like laptops, tutors, medical care, trainers, and recovery treatment due to their participation in sports. And at the University of Oregon, athletes are treated like campus royalty. College athletes at schools with larger athletic programs receive treatment that is comparable to that of a professional athlete.
So for our group's hypothesis, we decided to go with that non-college athletes are more likely to vote against the college athletes being paid, or they are against them being able to receive some sort of compensation for their likeliness and their participation in college sports. Our variables, independent and dependent, the independent one being the college athlete versus the non-college athlete in their opinion, and see what they voted for, pro payment or against payment. And then our dependent variable would be the thought and attitude and how it changes depending on their thought on the question and survey itself. So those are our variables, and that was our hypothesis.
The statement we used for data collection was, I believe payer compensation for college athletes should be strictly prohibited, and we used the 5-point Likert scale from strongly agree that it should be strictly prohibited all the way to strongly disagree that it should not be prohibited, that college athletes should be paid. Data was analyzed using a bivariate table recoded to reflect the percentage difference in agreement between college athletic participation categories. These categories were a current college athlete, former college athlete, never played a college sport, and other. Results showed a 13.4% difference between college athletic participants, which were current and former, and non-college athletic participants, which were never played and other. More college athletic participants, which was 45% of that group, agree compensation or pay for college athletes should be prohibited, and it was 31.6% of the non-college athletic participants agreed the same. So therefore, our hypothesis was not supported. Our hypothesis can't be supported by the results gathered in the survey because a higher percentage of college athletic participants within the survey strongly agreed that pay or compensation for college athletes should be strictly prohibited. Therefore, college athletic participants support pay or compensation for college athletes being strictly prohibited more often than non-college athletic participants. There are several reasons why we believe the results we gathered in the survey have not supported our hypothesis. The first reason being the wording of our survey question. It could have caused confusion by the way it was worded. If the statement simply said, I believe college athletes should be able to receive pay or compensation, perhaps we would have received different results. But the statement we used had a negative word, that word being prohibited. Our statement was, I believe pay or compensation for college athletes should be strictly prohibited, and perhaps that affected the participants' response. Our second reason is the fact that perhaps more athletic participants truly do believe pay should be prohibited. According to our source Chudikoff, there are numerous ways college athletes are provided for due to their participation in the program, which begs the fact that they do not require extra pay. The third reason is we did not measure an even group of athletic participants and non-athletic participants. There is a chance that if the group we surveyed contained an equal number of athletic and non-athletic participants, the results would have been different, either supporting our hypothesis or supporting the data we already gathered. And the fourth theoretical reason is the University of North Texas is an art school. UNT sports do compete in Division I, but perhaps a majority of students are uninterested in college sports. The first idea for future research is we could ask high school students and high school athletes the same question and see how they feel as they are about to enter college. The second idea is we ask professional athletes who are being paid to play full-time if they think college athletes should be paid as well, given that some of them also went through college playing college sports before becoming a professional. And the third idea is to survey samples living in different states, given that different states have different attitudes towards sports. In conclusion, overall, a higher percentage of the sample disagreed with college athlete pay being prohibited or were neutral. A higher percentage of athletes than non-athletes believe pay should be prohibited, and the majority of people that think athletes should be paid are actually non-athletes, which did not support our hypothesis.